from SoFi Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Here we go. Here we go.
Lance going to put it up right away. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd and a yard, Lance.
I want to see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Lance. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield as well. Those combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And they'll work this down inside the 30. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Lance looking to throw it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
I think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Fourth down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould. The kick by Gould is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, 70! Alert!
The shotgun snap for Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Stafford going to give this to Akers. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And the Rams at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
This is incomplete. These Rams and Niners met 3 times a season ago. The Niners had the Rams number in the regular season, winning 31-10 in Santa Clara, and then again 27-24 in overtime in the season's final week. But the Rams got the last laugh in the NFC Championship game with that 20-17 victory. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Now it's Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Gay's kick is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
Set, ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Play action. Now it's Lance. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Come on, set.
From midfield, here's Lance. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. Able to find Gray here. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 33. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Here we go.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. And Lance going to throw. Touchdown! Colin Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have moved out in front. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Play action. Stafford. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Let's go.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From just shy of midfield, Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. The 20. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's Javon Kinlaw busting through, and he sticks him behind the line.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Again, it'll be Akers. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. 4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. And Gay knocks this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
Their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
It certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going into halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. They'll run on first down with Akers. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout. Their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
40 gun! 40 gun!
Going right back to Akers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 75 yards. And the 49ers are able to move back in front. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Rams. 2-2 Atwell as the first half is winding down. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. play of this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And a short kick taken at about the 6. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And he'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time, because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go into the lead if they get the ball to the end zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. Touchdown 49ers! Deebo Samuel with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the 49ers have retaken a third-quarter lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the opening drive of this third quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Charvarius Ward. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Javon Kinlaw never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
1st down, here's Mitchell. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
2-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action, Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Open man is Samuel, complete. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel from 8 yards out. And the Niners get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. On the move to his left. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whipped on it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. To throw, it's Lance. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd down and 7. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Danny Gray, 25 yards for the touchdown, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Gold with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Rams 20. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Middle.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ready.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
And middle.
Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
On first down, Stafford here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
22! Hey, 50!
Throwing on second and long. Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Black open. Blue black. Ball red. Black red.
Second down and goal. Lance. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Fred Warner, first-time All-Pro in 2020, in on the stop defensively. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Stafford popping this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. He's got room past the 30. Now he's loose down the left sideline. The 30. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll look to run with Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Akers. They try and run. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, Dave.
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for San Francisco, they get a much-needed victory.